shaken yet standing firm.
I was not built to break.
This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome to another Business Buzz. Today is Thursday, January 20th. It's a pleasure to have you joining us this morning. We're excited. We have two segments lined up for you. The first segment, we are going to put the focus on 100 Men Cayman Islands. And on the second segment this morning, we're speaking with Mr. Robert Wood of Robert Wood Lighting and Interiors. So let's start off with putting our focus on 100 Men Cayman Islands. In the studio this morning, we have two gentlemen joining us, and they also came with their own photographer. I want to say good morning to Mr. Michael Joseph and Mr. Adam Lambert. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Pleasure to have you in the studio. Sorry we don't have coffee for you.
That's quite all right. Thank you very much for having us.
Next time you'll bring for your host.
There you go.
It goes to both ways.
Yes.
No,
Fair enough.
100 Men Cayman Islands. I'm excited to learn more about 100 Men Cayman Islands. First of all, just tell me a little bit about yourself, Michael. Let's start with you.
I'm from Cayman, born and raised, and I have a deep-rooted love for our community. I'm a hard-working individual, I suppose, and I like walking down the beaches and looking at the sunset. Right? But this is really sorry, I've been caught off guard because we're meant to be promoting something that's bigger than us. And that's really why I don't really want to talk about personal stuff and who I am. It's not a personal promotion.
That's okay.
But yes, and my friend Adam here. Why don't you say a couple of? Do you like walking down the beach, Adam?
We've done it once or twice together. Yes, with others, I'm sure. I've been here for over 9 years. I'm the proud recipient of been honored to become a PR recipient recently.
Again.
Thank you very much. Same as what Mike said, I made Cayman home the moment we got here. We were just overwhelmed by the love that we saw and the outreach that we received from the island and people that lived here. And we knew there was a gem in the world, and we've done everything we can, obviously, to give back to the community and make Cayman a permanent home for ourselves and now our young child.
Cayman is just incredible. It really is incredible. It's such a unique, wonderful, special place, and we're here to help sort of promote that and protect it and support it.
I came 40 years ago and never left.
There you go. Yeah.
But it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank
100
you.
Men Cayman Islands. Just tell us a little bit about how it was formed and how it's been going so far.
I can jump in there for sure. So it was a group of guys that wanted to do something more for the community. Obviously, give back, as I was saying earlier, for an island that has been so generous to us. And some people have a lot of time, some people have a lot of money. It was trying to find an area in there where it was very little time commitment, but we wanted to be as efficient as possible. Everybody's busy, but if everybody can spare 1 hour 4 times a year, we determined so there's an organization that actually started from 100 women who care. And as the story goes, the women challenged their husbands to find 5 guys who could care, and the men said, well, we could find more than 5. We could probably find 100 that care. So 100 men who care was founded, and this is one of those chapters. Obviously, you have most initiatives in the world are run by strong women that have driven these initiatives forward, and we saw this as an opportunity not to be exclusionary, but to have guys step up and commit some time and in this case a little bit of money, but mostly their time 4 times a year in order to try and do a little bit and follow the example that so many strong women in this community have made.
And the organization, this was formed when? Which year?
2016.
Yeah, and we were put on ice because of COVID. Okay. So this is our comeback. We're back, and with a renewed energy, and we've got a whole bunch of different gentlemen that are playing different roles. Adam is supporting me in my TV radio efforts, but Adam is generally the website, and we've got. Honestly, it's really heartwarming to have so many people volunteering so many hours into this effort. But of course, for the general public, or at least the men that would be joining us, they only have to show up 1 hour every 3 months. And that's their participation. But the impacts that they have by showing up for that 1 hour is incredible.
So what are the requirements to join the group?
Other than being male, you just got to turn up.
Oh boy.
I just needed to clarify that, just in case that wasn't clear. Right. But yeah, turn up with $100 CI once a quarter. And listen to 3 different charities do a pitch right then and there. And enjoy the evening of networking, and there's a ton of giveaways. We'll share the sponsors at some point, I'm sure. But it's such a fun, interesting, and exciting event. And I'm not just saying that; it really is. The sort of impact that we've had for the past recipients has been incredible. And all the money that we generate goes to that one recipient charity, and it stays in Cayman.
Okay,
that's one of our rules.
So, would you mind sharing how many members you have so far?
Ooh, Adam knows this.
we are very close to this event, so we measure it ultimately per event. So we're pretty close to having over 100 for this event, and this is why we're thankful for the time you're giving us today to have some outreach and hopefully attract some new guys to join or show up. And as we were saying, yes, it's ultimately in its simplest form a networking event. So a good opportunity to meet other men in the community. Brainstorm, talk about work or don't talk about work, but ultimately everybody shows up with $100. So you have the compounding effect of everybody in the room showing up with $100, and 100 men, $100. You have $10,000 that goes to one charity that night. So all the members, after listening to a 5-minute pitch from 3 different charities that are nominated by the members, we all vote, and all the money that is there goes 100%. So we have a mantra that if it costs us something to do it, we don't do it, which is why we're so thankful for the sponsors that we have, because everything is done at 100% at no cost, so that we can maintain that 100% of every single dollar raised goes to the community.
I saw on your website it says, do the most amount of good in the least amount of time.
Yeah,
That's
efficiency
awesome.
is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Hey, I don't have to show up to a meeting every Thursday night or Tuesday night.
No, it's,
listen.
Do you know what? Cayman is traditionally, I feel, been a very generous, community-driven environment, and I feel like that we all have a moral obligation to participate in our community. So if you just do something, if you don't have time, then perhaps this might suit you. If you've got a whole bunch of time, then perhaps, daily walking the dogs at the Humane Society might be for you, or Meals on Wheels. There's always something there for somebody, but we've all got to do a little bit of something.
I absolutely agree. Now, what I like about this organization, it's a fundraising non-organization. I did my homework, and I know what it means, but can you let the listeners know and our viewers know what it means?
Looking at me for this one.
Yeah.
He's looking at you for everything.
It was his coordination.
We're all members in essence. We don't have a board of directors. We don't have the same because 100% of the money goes there. We don't have expenses. We don't have a bank account. All the money, the whole premise is community and member driven. So it's a non-organization because the time that we're spending putting the events together is and talking about where the event's going to be and things like that. But because we don't have a board, we're not a traditional organization because, again, we don't have the same expenses. We don't have overhead. We don't have anything that a normal organization would have to deal with because it's member driven and has a direct impact on the community.
It doesn't necessarily mean that we're not organized.
Yeah,
I think we're actually extremely organized for a bunch of men. We're pretty
I
much
thought
nailing
Mike was
this.
going to answer this because our very first video in 2016, Mike said we can't be organized. We don't have any women, and I thought he's very
Love
correct.
it. I love
I'm
it.
not wrong, am I?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to save my comments for another day. But
For off air.
yeah, I was just thinking, well, you have a kitty in somewhere in the back, one of those little cash boxes. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But I love the idea because that way the money does not go, no percentage of the cash will go towards administrative costs.
No.
And that is amazing. I love that.
It's fantastic.
So I want to ask you, so you have a chart, you will come in and pitch, and for was it 10 minutes? 10
5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's a
Guys
short
have very
time.
short attention span.
Wow.
Guys,
So they pitch for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then the money is collected at the end of the meeting.
well, actually,
during-
as the men walk in, the register,
okay.
they put the money.
Okay. Okay.
We have
So-
security and
So the
everything. just to
charity
be-
that's chosen that night, the money is handed over.
Actually, what we do is we have a security company that manages the funds
Okay.
for overnight,
Okay.
and then they collect it the following day. But yes,
Just trying
it's
to
all
figure
very
that out.
secure. Yeah.
Okay.
When and talking about the nominations, and it's an important part to a very large part of what we're doing here is also trying to bring awareness to all the charities on island. So each quarter there are 3 presenting charities. How they are nominated is by the members that are participating. So anytime you register or before each meeting, you get the opportunity to pick 3 charities that you're passionate about, or one charity 3 times, or a combination of it. Based on those selections, we put all of them into a digital hat, and 3 are randomly. Well, I don't want to write out all the nominations, but we have a randomizer that selects 3 charities based on those nominations, and those 3 charities are invited to speak and talk about the great work that they're doing. Thankfully, and all the money does go to one recipient charity, but again, because of some of our incredible sponsors, all the charities leave with something. So in this case, Refuel, as an example, has stepped up and is offering gas vouchers for all the non-recipient charities, and there's also some additional donations that have come in for non-recipient charities. So all the charities leave with something at the event, if not just the awareness, which is unbelievably powerful.
The awareness is very important, because what ends up happening is a lot of the membership sit there and like, oh, I didn't realize those guys were doing that. My wife is really passionate about that. We're going to get involved and help and support that. So it's kind of helping, as Adam says, the awareness, spreading the word and giving them a little bit more of a voice as well.
If the recipient charity is removed for 2 years, and the other 2 presenting charities are removed for 1 year. So we have quite a high turnover. So even the smaller charities ultimately end up getting a chance to pitch in front of 100 plus guys to talk about the great work they're doing.
Okay. Now, this is a big question, when and where will the next event be happening?
Good
and what
question.
time?
Yes.
it will
So
kick off?
it's on Thursday next week, the 27th.
Okay.
In 7 days' time. It's at Mizu in Cayman Bay on the waterfront, so it's an outdoor event. We have no limitations. It doesn't have to be capped at 100. We have had 240 guys turned up for other ones, so which was $24,000 went to that one
Nice,
recipient charity. That was
nice.
Meals on Wheels, and
Gosh.
Feed Our Future had 247. $24,700 went to them. But it's 6 p.m. registration at Mizu at the waterfront at Cayman Bay on Thursday next week. And it all kicks off at 7 o'clock. And it's strictly 1 hour. We know that we need to be very efficient with that 1 hour. So there's an order of events that happen, the pictures, there's a lot of giveaways. There's a ton of giveaways. We have so much sponsors and support that Cayman Distributor Group are providing a free cocktail and a swag bag for the first 100 guys.
Swag bag.
There's going to be a T-shirt. Man Cave's going to be there, and Bento and Refuel are giving away their thing. Airview Media are sort of managing all of the photography.
Ritz Golf.
The Ritz Golf.
Rubus is there, handing out
Rubus.
some gas
Exactly.
coupons as well.
And Mizu, of course, providing the venue. Airview Media, as I mentioned, they're providing a lot of the photography and videography so that we can help get promotion for all of our respective team members. Watercolors, Cayman, Bike Club, Signs of Paradise, vision marketing there. And the radio station yourselves, we should take this opportunity to thank you so very much for giving us a voice, and
Very welcome.
and we hope that your listeners are going to participate in some way. Send the men along, because every single penny stays in Cayman. It's for us all, and a healthy community is obviously better for everybody.
So a new guy can just come in and sign up
Absolutely, yeah.
as a new member.
Absolutely.
At
They
the
can
meeting.
they can either go to 100men.ky,
Okay.
and we've got a new logo up there, which we think is pretty cool. Or they can turn up on the evening and register at 6 p.m. and participate that way. And usually we say, turn up with a friend. So now you've got 2 people turning up. But our goal is to get 250. I'd like us to get 250 people turn up.
This is such an easy way to fundraise.
It's incredible.
Oh.
It's so easy. And sure, if I turned up to Meals on Wheels with $100 that I want to give to them, that's fantastic. They'd be very grateful. Thank you so much, Michael. That's, 7 meals, whatever it may be. But if 2 of us turn up, they're like, oh, great, thanks, guys. That's 14 meals. But if 10 of us turn up, or 100 or 200, now all of a sudden you're making some proper impact that transform the ability of that charity to really have an impact in their field, in their community efforts. So it's power in numbers.
Power numbers.
It works.
Okay. On that note, we'll take a quick break. I want to say thanks to our sponsors this morning: Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, Cayman Medical Supplies, and TCE Paint. In the studio, we're speaking with Mr. Michael Joseph and Adam Lambert of 100 Men Cayman Islands.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
William Banker Ebanks, 1882-1979. William Banker Ebanks was a seaman, steward, farmer, and carpenter, specializing in boat building, roofing, cisterns, coffins, and wood finish, as well as detail work. He sharpened tools with a specialty in saw repairs. He built the schoolhouse on the hill in Bosun Bay, West Bay, and was a member of its council. He also built the first Chapel Church of God on Town Hall Road, West Bay. He assisted with the construction of the West Bay Town Hall. He was the only dentist in the district for many years. Mr. Ebanks was a caring man who helped and shared with those who were less fortunate. He and his wife, Christabella Nee Parsons, had 7 children.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Electric bills are up, air quality is down, and apparently a global pandemic to dampen your spirits. Sherwin-Williams can help with their insulating super paint featuring zero VOC with air purifying, sanitizing, microbicidal technology. Prevent the spread of bacteria and kill up to 99% of bacteria. Improve your home air quality and fight COVID germs. Exterior insulating acrylic can reduce up to 85% solar and UV radiation. A freshly painted home can definitely lift those spirits. A brighter home, better home, air quality, and lower home CUC bills. That's a win home run. Sherwin-Williams, 150 years strong. TCE Paint Shop has 3 locations to better serve you. Cox Lumber and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way. Call 943-0565.
2020 unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
Now open on the sister island, Brack Medical Supplies. Located at 403 Gerard Smith Avenue, next to the Alexander Hotel. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Telephone number 948-2228. Brack Medical Supplies.
Business Boss. Business Boss with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. We're on the final leg for our first segment of the Buzz this morning. We're speaking with Mr. Michael Joseph and Mr. Adam Lambert of 100 Men Cayman Islands. Now, guys, swag. What's a swag bag? What's in the swag bag? That's a boring question.
I mentioned it. Adam, are you going to help me here?
Well, Blackbeard's had been gracious enough to put together a goodie bag of sorts to the first 100 men that come in. So there, I believe there is some nice glassware and some possibly drinking paraphernalia that is included in the swag bag, and a number of other goodies. And
is that when the T-shirt's being handed out?
Well, no, but you can certainly discuss the
Have
T-shirt.
I thrown that out too prematurely?
Please.
So, as part of our branding and having a sort of a sense of inclusion and being part of something bigger, we've had T-shirts created and donated.
7 Mile Fitness, 7 Mile Media.
Which is really cool. We love our new logo. It's very cool. So the shirts will be included in that goodies bag as well. And it's just designed to not just generate some interest in turning up to this event, but, it's always nice to receive all these little bits and bobs. And the value that you get from that 100, even if you didn't get one present or giveaway or prize or anything like that, that warmth that you get when you have an impact on a particular community. When you look around a room of a bunch of men and half of them are crying because we've just saved a child's life with a heart operation, it's really quite a special experience, and that's happened on multiple levels over the last few years. Some of our recipients have been, let's see, Meals on Wheels, Breast Cancer Foundation, NCVO Child Services, Special Olympics Cayman Islands, Feed Our Future, Cayman Hospice Care, Big Brothers Big Sisters, the MS Foundation, Cayman Crisis Center, Cayman Islands Cancer Society, Have a Heart, Bridge Foundation, Special Needs. Honestly, it just goes on and on. It's so nice to be a part of something special. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that $100 that you're giving is you're actually getting a tremendous amount back. If you open yourself up to give, you actually end up receiving in some sense gifts, sure, but also your heart grows with. It's just such a wonderful, special experience.
Yeah, and Mike mentioned obviously we've had 19 recipient charities in total, which. Obviously, since it's only 1 hour meetings, that's 19 hours that we have spent collectively, and to date, we've raised over 260,000 CI dollars.
Sweet.
That's incredible.
In 19 hours, just from the power of compounding. Everybody showing up or multiplying. Everybody showing up with $100, putting it into a pot, and that money being able to go to one charity and make a direct impact.
I think it's incredible. 19 hours, 260,000. It's plenty of money.
So can members just send a donation to the charity themselves, or is that something that's not allowed?
Absolutely. No, we'd encourage, if back to what Mike was saying, everybody should be doing something. This is really, it doesn't get any easier than this. But even if this isn't easy enough, if somebody just wants to go and drop $100 off somewhere, absolutely. It's completely inclusive, and we just want to provide an outlet where people can do some giving and network with other like-minded people. But everybody needs to do something, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think if anything, we're inspiring people to step up. again, that whole awareness concept, and just sort of encouraging people to participate in the community. Otherwise, it doesn't give you necessarily the right to moan about society's issues or community concerns. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
With regards to volunteering, in addition to the monthly contribution or to the quarterly contribution, can members of 100 Men Cayman volunteer their time as well as, say, at other events? Can they volunteer their time, or
Sure.
is it something that you don't necessarily do?
Listen, the more the merrier, frankly.
Okay.
Power in numbers. You can help support us in different ways. We've got different departments, so to speak, in our non-organization, so non-departments, that you're able to support, and like generating giveaways. That takes a fair amount of time, getting people to be involved. Alternatively, you can sort of participate directly in the individual charity that you may have a passionate interest in. I know Big Brothers, Big Sisters, for example. By the end of that night, they got 3 or 4 of the guys thought, you know what, I really am going to step up and do this. And so Big Brother, Big Sister, not only did they either become a recipient that night, but they also got additional gentlemen that turned up to be Big Brothers as well. So it's a win-win-win-win. I mean, this is designed to get everybody involved and participate and help each other.
And you have sponsors. Now, are you open to other sponsors?
Absolutely, of course. The
Okay.
more the merrier.
And I noticed on your website you have superheroes.
Yes, that's right. Well said.
And this was the power sponsors, and it was an initiative that we started back in the beginning in hopes of making sure that, back to what I said, every single charity that presents walks away with something. So we are looking for more power sponsors. This is our first meeting back, and we'd certainly like to have somebody want to contribute more. I believe the power sponsor is a $3,000 donation, but it's split between the 2 non-recipient charities. So if there's a business that certainly wants to step up and assume that role, this meeting, next meeting, any meeting in the future, or all the meetings, it just allows us to further increase our impact. But thankfully, 100% goes to the recipient charity or the non-recipient charities every single quarter. So all the sponsorship, all the donations, everything either goes to members or goes to charities.
Okay, Adam?
Yeah.
Or Michael, for those other 100 men who are listening and want to join, can you give them some contact details?
Sure, 100men.ky. We couldn't make it any shorter. one man.ky maybe, but it's 100 men. And just to reiterate, we're not limited to 100 men. It's really, I think we've got registered, some 500 odd men are registered on the website at the moment. But it's really a matter of getting them to step up and turn up to the event, or send a buddy in their place. But yeah, 100men.ky is probably the easiest way to reach out to us. There's the contacts link there, or info@100men.ky.
Yeah, and back to what Mike had said, the first 100 that register and also donate are the ones that receive that new branded 100 Men founding member T-shirt when they show up at the event.
Very nice.
Which is cool, because then you're part of something special.
That's right. What would you like to leave with our listeners this morning?
Well, we love you and Cayman and the community, and we hope you do too. And it'd be wonderful if you could sort of encourage the men in your lives to participate. And there's also the ladies version, 100 Women That Care. So I'm sure at some point they're going to come back to the table. I'm not sure 100% as far as that's concerned, but if they do, then men encourage the ladies to participate in that as well. But this is all to help support and make a great thing phenomenal. Cayman is absolutely wonderful, and we're not blind to the fact that there are social and community issues that need our attention, and we're here to help support that and promote it. And once more, thank you so much to Radio Cayman and of course Nita, you and Business Buzz, and your time and support as well is hugely welcomed and much appreciated. So thank you.
And it's a pleasure to have you both in the studio this morning. Thank you so much, and good luck with
Thank you
100
very much.
Men Cayman Islands. Hopefully this year you'll collect 300,000.
There you
and
go.
on that note,
Exactly.
we'll take a break for the news. We'll be back with our second segment later on this morning.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Foster's is 8 o'clock. When you're on the go, let the Island Supermarket shop for you.
To start, head to fosters.ky/go.
Then shop all of your favorite products online, from produce and seafood to grocery and frozen, all picked by our team of shoppers ready to go.
Choose next day curbside pickup from Foster's Camana Bay or delivery island-wide.
To get your order started, visit fosters.ky/go.
This is Groceries on the Go.
And we are Foster's Go. Shop online anytime.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Several packages of ganja are seized and a 38-year-old is under arrest after police carry out a joint operation with the Department of Agriculture in West Bay. More from Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego.
RCIPS units, along with officers from the Animal Welfare Unit of the Department of Agriculture, executed a search warrant at a residence on Duxie's Lane, West Bay, just after 3 p.m. on Tuesday. The search was carried out by the K-9 unit as well as a search team of police officers. The police K-9 assisted officers in locating a 38-year-old man of West Bay who was hiding in a shed at the residence. A search of the shed led officers to locate and seize several packages of ganja along with a number of drug paraphernalia. The man was arrested on suspicion of possession of ganja with intent to supply, possession of drug utensils, and other drug-related offenses. He was taken into custody where he remains pending further investigation. Police say several of the dogs that were at the location were also seized by the DOA, and an animal welfare investigation will be carried out regarding several violations observed in regards to their care. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
As part of a comprehensive review of its COVID-19 reporting practices, the Public Health Department has issued its first weekly COVID-19 situational report, or SITREP. The report covers an epidemiological week, a move put in place by the interim chief medical officer, Dr. Attilia Newton.
If I tell you, today we have vaccinated 50 people, yes, what does it mean? It gives you an idea, but you can't really visualize. What you are interested in is your coverage and see how it goes up, or how the number of cases are going up. What is your activity? What does it mean?
Dr. Newton says the weekly SITREP provides a deep dive into local trends in transmission, testing, and more. Wednesday night, government released its first SITREP, covering January 9th through the 15th, reporting 2,200 new cases, including 76 in the sister islands. This represents an average of 314 cases per day across all Cayman Islands for the week. Of these new cases, more than 1,300 were of the Omicron variant. As previously reported, there were also 2 deaths during the reporting period, bringing the total number since the onset of the pandemic to 15. A special drive-in clinic for folks in quarantine looking to take advantage of the new shortened isolation times continues this morning at Truman Bond Sports Complex parking lot. Times are based on your last name. From 8 until 9, it's surnames E through K, 9 until 10, surnames L through R, and 10 to 11, surnames S through Z. Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Samuel Williams Rodriguez, is reminding residents to practice safe hygiene when you attend the clinic.
Public health encourages the wearing of masks when around others, frequent hand washing and sanitation, and the use of lateral flow testing for regular screening. This combined measure will help to slow the spread of COVID-19 in our community.
Under the new regulations announced Tuesday night, vaccinated residents who tested positive will isolate for 6 days and become eligible for an exit PCR test on day 7. If you haven't gotten the jab but you test positive, you will have to isolate for 9 days, becoming eligible for an exit PCR test on day 10. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. A report commissioned by the Catholic Church has found that the former Pope, Benedict XVI, failed to act over 4 cases of child sex abuse when he was the Archbishop of Munich in Germany. Pope Benedict, who was then called Josef Ratzinger, held the position for 5 years until 1982. The International Committee of the Red Cross says it's been the victim of a massive cyber attack by hackers who stole the details of more than 500,000 extremely vulnerable people. The data includes confidential information on those separated from their families during conflict or disaster and people in detention. 29 people have died in a stampede in the Liberian capital, Monrovia. They'd been attending a Pentecostal church service. A police spokesman said criminals carrying knives attacked the worshippers, causing the stampede. One person has been arrested. A senior British MP from Boris Johnson's Conservative Party has accused members of the government of trying to blackmail colleagues who are critical of the Prime Minister. William Ragg said MPs have faced threats to withdraw funding from their constituencies if they called for a confidence vote in Mr Johnson's leadership. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
It's okay not to be okay. There's a lot to deal with right now. You may be feeling a bit scared, worried, or anxious. If you're feeling unable to cope or just want to talk to someone, please call the Mental Health Helpline at 1-800-534-6463, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Caring professionals are there to listen. For more information on COVID-19 and managing anxiety, visit www.gov.ky/coronavirus.
This is how we wake you up in the morning. Praise time on Radio Cayman.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I'm gonna walk them golden stairs. 'Cause I know my Jesus answers all my prayers.
Praise time.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Praise time.
There's nothing to go back to. Give me Jesus in the morning. For the God of the mountain is still God in the valley.
Shout with joy to God, all the earth sing glory to His name.
Praise time. Praise time.
Jesus in the morning, yeah.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
The 8:10 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
For over 100 years, more than 5.8 million people across the Americas and the Caribbean have placed their trust in Pan American Life Insurance Group. We have delivered on our promise and have proven that we are more than an insurance company. We are family. To learn more about our first-in-class individual and group life, disability and accident solutions, please visit Pan American International Insurance Corporation at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, Grand Cayman, or contact us at 949-8304 and visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 78 degrees. Relative humidity is 89%. The barometric pressure is 30.01 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east at 4 knots. Overnight low temperature was 73 degrees. Synopses indicate light easterly winds and seas expected over the Cayman area for the next 24 hours in association with a weak pressure gradient. Satellite images show low-level clouds over the northwest Caribbean moving towards the southwest. Now the forecast for today and tonight, calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers, and temperatures will be in the low 80s today and will fall to the low 70s tonight. Winds will be easterly at 5 to 10 knots and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 11:18, low tide this evening at 5:42, and a high tide again tonight at 8 minutes past 11. The sun will set this evening at 6:10 and will rise tomorrow morning at 2 minutes past 7. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions expected through Saturday, with winds becoming northerly by Sunday morning in response to a cold front approaching the northwest Caribbean. That's the very latest on your weather report.
The 10 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
For over 100 years, more than 5.8 million people across the Americas and the Caribbean have placed their trust in Pan American Life Insurance Group. We have delivered on our promise and have proven that we're more than just an insurance company, we're family. To learn more about our first-in-class group health and employee benefit solutions, please visit Pan American Life Insurance Company of the Cayman Islands at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, Grand Cayman, or contact us at 949-8304. You can also visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, break it down. Once the long-term goals are set, work backwards to set smaller and more manageable goals. These should be specific, measurable, and achievable. For example, study in the library for 1 hour 3 times per week instead of study more. Consider what you need to do daily, weekly, or by the end of the year in order to succeed. Smaller goals allow you to focus on the essential steps today to ensure you are prepared when tomorrow's opportunities become available.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Top of the morning to you. Let's take a look at traffic. Steady traffic coming from the east on Crew Road. Also on the Linford Pearson Highway and Shamrock Road, traffic is steady. As we look to the West Bay four-way stop, moving on moderately. On the West Bay Road, moderate flow of traffic in both directions, especially in the vicinity of the... And on North Sound Road, traffic is moderate. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. If you see any accidents or incidents on Cayman's roads, make sure you give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. Thank you so much, and if you're hungry, pull into Subway.
At Subway, we caramel a lot about our customers, so we decided to give you 2 treats in one with the new Caramel Apple Cookie. Enjoy cinnamon apples, caramel bits, and salted caramel crunch baked in, and topped with a drizzle of caramel-flavored icing. Gooey, crunchy, and yummy. Complete your Subway sandwich, pizza, or salad with the delicious Caramel Apple Cookie or any other cookie flavor and dessert, available for a limited time at all Subway locations. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
At Kirk's Home Center. We can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center. We got a great deal in store for you.
You are listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
It's 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz, our second and final segment for today, Thursday, January 20th. Want to say good morning to our listeners, our viewers on YouTube, our producer, Miss Susan Watson, who is a woman in the studio this morning, the cameras and just about everything else. And good morning to our guest in the studio. We're going to put the focus on Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors this morning. And joining us to tell us all about the company, we have the president and owner, Mr. Robert Wood. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Anita, and good morning to listeners here on Radio Cayman.
You have such a radio voice, you know that? It's radio ready.
I've been told that.
Oh, okay.
I was once, it's a funny story because I was at one of my suppliers one day in the U.S. and the owner of the company walked out. It was a big tile conglomerate. And he said to me after hearing my voice, he said, "You know, I need you to voice my ad for me." And
I was thinking.
I was wondering how much he was going to pay me, but I said no. I'll take the hot dog. And
I was thinking the same thing. We'll put you on the list, but we can't pay you either. So but anyway,
I
Robert,
didn't get involved in that.
Anyway, Robert, good to have you in the studio. And before I forget, you know, there's always some background story to any business. So can you give us some background details on Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors, when it got started, how it's grown, and just about everything in between?
Well, I think anybody who knows my name here in the island and abroad will know that my background is to the fact that I've grown up in the furniture business, and knows that I've wealth, if I say so myself, experience in the fact of that, because I did go to college in North Carolina, the home of the furniture industry back in the day, and I trained there with one of the largest furniture manufacturers that there was, and that's Thomasville Furniture Company.
Thomasville?
Yeah, at the time.
Nice.
And subsequently moved on to be with the Lexington Furniture Group, which is huge. And I still represent Lexington here today as one of our top companies, and in doing that. And so, you know, going from there and working all the years through the furniture business. In '98, we shifted into the fact that I was looking into the lighting market for a while, and decided to open Robert Wood Lighting at the time, which was the only full-fledged lighting store on the island. And subsequently, out of that grew different things. I was I lost the lighting business to Hurricane Ivan in 2004, and subsequently had to kind of bounce around and get myself back together. Well, during that time, we started to get into the interior renovation side of things, particularly with bathrooms, kitchens, and stuff of that nature. And I was fortunate enough to land one of the condominiums on 7 Mile Beach, in which I was able to turn that property around for them in approximately 1 year and putting their owners back into their respective units there. That property being Plantana on the beach. And of course, from there we materialized into what the company is today, not forgetting my furniture roots, not forgetting my flooring and background, and my lighting knowledge. So we're subsequently right now located in the Cayman Center, which is just on the corner of Dorsey and McLendon Road going to the airport, across from the airport post office. Try to give as much across the street from where refuel station is, giving everybody an idea of where to go and where to find us. So we're there now, and we're located in the building C, and we've been in that location. We were formerly in building B, but we were now in building C, which gives us a bit more room and a bit more for organization and stuff. And that's where we are currently. And welcome anybody to come in that is out there and looking for everything for the home, because we are now a full-fledged, all-around company, one-stop shopping.
You know, I knew when you opened Robert Wood Interior Lighting, and I'm saying to myself, Robert knows too much about interior design to just deal with lighting. So I'm happy to see you've extended that into furniture as well. And that's great. So, Robert, what are some of the main services you offer at Robert Wood Furniture?
Well, right now, what we've really been concentrating on fully has been our kitchen and bathroom and side of things. And I've been fortunate enough to acquire the services of a great local Caymanian who has been in the plumbing industry since school. And she handles, that is Cindy, and I'm grateful for her to have her there. And she handles all of that side of things for me. And together, she and I make a good team work together. And we're supported by my other two assistants, Betty, who has been with me for, 25 years. And she even retired and come back, so that's that's how it goes. And Lynn, who is my front end assistant there. So and Junior, who has been with me for the past 12 years, and so we're all making up the team fully on that side. Right now, we're in a growth mode, I would have to say, and would like to add someone to the team, particularly from a strong standpoint with the interior design side of things, and we're actively looking to accommodate that.
So we're going through the pandemic, Robert. How are you doing?
Well, going through the pandemic has been a challenge, as I think with everybody has seen. As a small business and growing, we all have our challenges, and we had to really tighten our belts up and retrack ourselves into what it is and finding the mode. Thank God, and I'm pleased to say that we were able to come through it, thus far. And looking forward, we have a number of things in the works that are pending, and we're grateful for what we have. It is a difficult getting products, and this is something that I think people need to know. You get a lot of people walking in and saying, well, hey, I can see it online. Why can't you get it and I can get it online? Well, yes, the online can put pretty pictures up there. But it's dealing with the manufacturer to get it and the supply chain. And, that supply chain is blocked. Right now, it's choking at the point. And it makes it difficult for business-wise. Yeah. I mean, I even said the other day, it looks like with inside the store, I think I need to open it up and make a dance hall so that I can get something in to pay the rent. But... be that as it is, I was fortunate. I've just received, and people out there who know that have been coming in, I have been fortunate enough just to receive a container just yesterday that does have well sought after living room furniture and some dining room furniture and bedroom furniture on it. So we're anxious to get that open and get it out, and But delivery times right now are for product is unbelievable. I mean, you tell people, one of my main manufacturers in North Carolina is quoting right now for upholstered furniture is quoting anywhere from 35 to 40 weeks.
Huh? Wow.
Yeah, 35 to 40 weeks.
Wow, Robert. Wow.
And, it is actually incredible of what's happening out there within the industry. And each time you're constantly getting new rates and freight rates and everything going up, so it makes it pretty hard for to balance things and quoting product, and how all of this inflation and stuff will affect where we're going this year is going to be something. I mean, when you take the price and I know that you can't see it, but we're talking about things like fuel here on the island. If you just look at the ratings from coming out of the U.S., inflation soars to a 40-year high.
Yep, saw that.
Right here on my phone, and it's up nearly 50%, gasoline prices, nearly 50% over the year in the U.S., And when you go back to looking at, and this is going into the supermarket side of things, where we got meat, poultry, fish, and eggs, we're looking at a 12.5% increase. Rents are up 4%. Car factors are up 35%. Furniture in itself has gone up astronomically and where it is. And the cost of freight alone is becoming incredibly.
But despite all of that, Robert, do you think there has been a steady demand for remodeling and interior?
Yes, there has been, and
in both residential and commercial.
Yes, it has been, and I've seen that. There's always something going on, and it amazes me with the society we have here in Cayman, of the consumer society that it has, because, and the fact that they're always looking for something and going on. They seem to be in a race to get ahead of the other. If the other one is, I've done something, and how can you afford this? And I'm thinking to myself at times, this is really amazing how Cayman is surviving on its own.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah. And the younger generation and trying to get into it. Now, what concerns me is that where they're going to go, because the prices are, like I said, just keep moving. And this affects everything. And people are very, the other thing that I see here with remodeling is the fact that people do not really understand the logistics of remodeling. When you have to go in, you need to understand what you're getting into. And I try within the store, try to educate that customer on what they're getting into. But sometimes that does fall on deaf ears, and people think that you can just walk in and you can spend $1 and get $10 out of it. It ain't going to happen.
Well, but Robert, I remember after Hurricane Ivan, a lot of folks threw out their furniture that could have been reupholstered, repurposed, redone, refinished, but we throw them away. What would you say to, God forbid we have another event like Ivan, hopefully not ever, ever, but what would you say to someone who just want to have new furniture when that old piece could have been recovered or redone? What would you say to them?
Well, in today's, and just so you'll know about that again, that has become very much something that is not
happening.
That is not really happening, because we're faced with shortages of material and stuff for that, and it has now turned out a lot cheaper to buy new rather than recover. And the fact that I'm saying that is foam is a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get it. Fabrics is a shortage. I mean, it's every time you pull a fabric now, I ask people, give me first, second, and third.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know when I go to that supplier whether
you're going to have the same.
Whether I'm going to get it or not. So all of these things are being affected. I just, years ago.
And finding an upholsterer as well.
Correct. And years ago, we could go out there and you want a sleep sofa.
Mm-hmm.
There was no problem in getting one. Today, I just got a notification from Lean Furniture.
Mm-hmm.
They can't supply me with sleepers because they are waiting on the mechanisms that used to be built in the United States to come from China. They're not getting them until March.
Whoa.
By the time they're able to purpose those and everybody gets in line for what they have, it's another 3 months down the road.
Probably December.
So, this is, it's something that we have really no control over.
Now, you mentioned that you work along with Thomasville, and what's the other one? Lexington. What are some of the other brands that you work with, Robert?
Well, underneath that, we have the Tommy Bahama brand. We have White Line Furniture, which is a very contemporary line. We have a line called Elite out of California. That is a custom line that is built to the customer's demand, 8 to 10 week delivery, because that's U.S. built.
Mm-hmm.
That we can do. We are one of our other brands called Zuo is another good company for us. And and getting in there on our plumbing lines and stuff like that, we're distributors here for the mowing line, as well as a brand called Karuma, which is a very water efficient, saving line of plumbing fixtures and such. We distribute Schluter here, which Schluter is for surfaces where protection of waterproofing, and particularly for showers and bathrooms and such. And most of the contractors in Ireland know the Schluter product. And I have sent 2 of my people overseas to train on that. So it's and to get to understand that and how that works.
Okay, on that note, Robert, we've got to make some money too,
Well, go ahead.
We're going to take a quick break. Want to say thanks to our sponsors this morning. Yep. Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, Cayman Medical Supplies, and TCE Paint. Thank you, Susan. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue speaking with Mr. Robert Wood of Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Can I send a request, please?
You don't really have to ask us. Just send a request.
This is a shout out to my ex.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
This is how we wake you up in the morning. Praise time on Radio Cayman.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I'm gonna walk them golden stairs. 'Cause I know my Jesus answers all my prayers.
Praise time.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Praise time.
There's nothing to go Give me Jesus in the morning. For the God of the mountain is still God in the valley.
Shout with joy to God, all the earth sing glory to His name.
Praise time. Praise time.
Jesus in the morning, yeah.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
You're listening to the Business Buzz, and in the studio with me this morning, we're having a discussion with Mr. Robert Wood. He's the founder, owner of Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors. Robert, what do you think will be some top interior design trends for 2022? Let's forget about all the late shipments and all of that. Let's look forward to what's going to be the top interior trends for 2022.
Well, what I'm seeing is that, the trends are still continuing into the modern contemporary lines and the more cleaner looks. And people are still gravitating toward the lighter hues, the grays, the off-whites, and keeping a more pleasing look there. And then you can accent it up with color, going from your, creating an accent wall. We just got through finishing the apartment. Did a walkthrough yesterday with the owner. And, the new interiors really come together with the color. She was a bit afraid of having
color,
of going with color and bringing it in. But when we showed her how it would work, she was all over it, and she's very, very, very pleased with the whole outcome of it. So yeah, it will continue, I think, throughout it to have that kind of thing. The other thing is that space, and you have to look for smaller scale furniture these days to accommodate a lot of the new places that are being built. However, who's going to move into them? I want to know, but and I'm saying that from the rate they're building them. I'm not saying it from a standpoint, but that's primarily where I see it going. Window treatments are in themselves, most people these days are, and I'm seeing a sort of a trend right now, though, that it's not really heavy at the moment.
Window treatment.
But, yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm seeing is that people now are starting to come back towards soft treatments, and when I say soft treatments, I mean drapery. Mm-hmm. And so we're starting to see some of that. And one of my suppliers has just introduced a really unique program, whereas they supply the gray cloth for the drapery, and you can design your own print, color, design, whatever you want, and they will apply it onto that cloth for us and make the drapery.
Nice.
So that's something that is out there, And
I thought drapes went out of style for a while.
Yes, they have, but like everything else, I think it recycles
valences
itself.
And stuff like that.
We've been one of Hunter Douglas's top dealers for years. We're in what they call their alliance dealer, and Hunter Douglas is now doing drapery, and
really?
Have a very, very wide selection of drapery. Again, very chic, very contemporary styling in their drapery and fabrics. They're limited in what they do, but it's the clean line look and where it is.
Robert, do you actually do any interior design? I mean, like sit there and or you don't, you pass that on to somebody else?
I actually pass that on to somebody else. While I can sit there and I can do it and I can talk about it, I like somebody else to do that. I like to set it up, and then I like them to do it and fabricate it and bring it to life. I will always be there for the client and following it through.
Okay, but back in the days, you didn't do any of that, right?
I am not a qualified designer per se, so I can't claim that. Okay. While I know it and while I know the industry well, I am not an interior designer. But I think anybody that comes in I've been accused sometimes of giving too much information and not getting anything back from it. And wife would kill me for that, but she knows it well. So
do you offer on-site consultations?
Yes, we do.
And free quotes on residential and commercial?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And what we're doing with that is because, like everything else, it takes up a lot of time and cost. We will offer a free consultation and quote. And then if we're going to get into actually working with us, we would, we're going to work on a retainer basis and see where it is. And if you go with us, then that gets applied to your job cost.
Okay. Now, let's look at flooring for a while. For those customers that are looking for eco-friendly flooring options, what would you recommend?
Well, we cover the gamut in flooring. I've got everything from commercial flooring to residential flooring to hospitality flooring. And having been trained with the largest soft furnishings, I trained with Shaw carpets and with interface carpets on the commercial side back in the day in Georgia. And today we're seeing that carpets primarily apply here, like in the studio where we are, and in commercial offices and buildings and such. We're not seeing too much of that, but most of these are trending towards having an eco-friendly background when you say that because of sensitivity to people with allergies and stuff. Right. So that's there. But the one thing that's really come online now is the new LVP or LVT flooring, which is basically a plank strip. And a lot of people have seen this. It's new. It's a click system. You can either do it as a floating floor system or you can do it as a glue-down system. The glue-down system is preferred for commercial settings.
Because of heavy traffic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the floating system is preferred more for the residential floating homes. This system, in particular the one that I have, which is a German-made line, which is very, very strong in what it is, has what's called a ceramic bead technology to it. It's scratch resistant, it's water resistant, and it carries all the full bells and whistles on it. And it comes with its own backing resistance, mildew resistant backing. So very good product for what that is. Going into the tile lines, I mean, tile is tile. You're going to look at tile. That you got your different grades of tile, and from ceramic through to porcelain. And within the porcelain line, you've got your basic porcelain, and then you've got your true body porcelains. So you need to know those specifics when looking at that. But still today, the best surfaces for here in Cayman, I would say, is going with a full body porcelain tile. We have a very large selection, and even if I say so myself, again, that is a very beautiful selection. People come in and say, oh my God, I wish I'd known you had tile. Well, I'm telling you now, folks, we got tile.
And that's Robert Wood Furniture and Interior. Robert, do people still buy carpeting?
Yeah. Not like how it used to be back in the day, but yes, people still do.
Because I know in Cayman, a lot of people go for either hardwood or laminate, which is less expensive.
Well, the laminate flooring has gone out of the door as well.
Okay.
Yeah. The one that I spoke about earlier, which the LVT or LVP, it stands for luxury vinyl tile or luxury vinyl plank. And
so does it look anything like vinyl? Anything?
No. You can look natural. Some of it takes on the natural hue of wood. Some takes on the natural.
I've seen it, and it's lovely. You know, I'm always knocking and hitting at it to make sure to see what it is.
Right.
You know, but it's nice, really nice. So no carpet, hardly.
Right. We hardly get.
You think carpet will make a comeback?
It probably will. I mean, carpet's never going to go away. You've got the hotels that are constantly using carpet because all hotels are going to have carpet, And you've got trending places, you know, some new of the new buildings going up will take carpet. And but it's not like it was back in the day when everybody wanted carpet. There is few residential customers that still prefer and like carpet because they don't want to get off their bed and put it on a cold tile, you know, and having a rug too.
Okay. Now, Robert, let's take another break. Susan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You're listening to Mr. Robert Wood of Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear more about his location and what else he has to offer.
Electric bills are up, air quality is down, and apparently a global pandemic to dampen your spirits. Sherwin-Williams can help with their insulating super paint featuring zero VOC with air purifying, sanitizing, microbicidal technology. Prevent the spread of bacteria and kill up to 99% of bacteria. Improve your home air quality and fight COVID germs. Exterior insulating acrylic can reduce up to 85% solar and UV radiation. A freshly painted home can definitely lift those spirits. A brighter home, better home, air quality, and lower home CUC bills. That's a win, 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 home run. Sherwin-Williams, 150 years strong. TCE Paint Shop has 3 locations to better serve you. Cox Lumber and the original store at 27 Godfrey-Nixon Way. Call 943-0565.
Now open on the sister island, Brack Medical Supplies. Located at 403 Gerard Smith Avenue, next to the Alexander Hotel. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Telephone number 948-2228. Brack Medical Supplies.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
We're on the final leg of the second segment of the Business Buzz this morning. Good morning again to Mr. Robert Wood. He's in the studio with me. And Robert he's the owner, founder, one-man show, Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors. Robert, my next question to you would be, do you offer interior design? Well, you do offer interior design, but do you offer renovation services?
Yes, we do offer renovation services, and the fact that that's key to our business right now. I think I alluded to that a little bit earlier. And, you know, that's right now we're in the process of, you know, primarily bathrooms. My young lady in there, Cindy, is a master at that, and she knows it inside and out. So if anybody is looking to have their bathroom or their kitchen done, she's on board.
I think a lot of us with this pandemic, with a lot of people who they're not spending their money overseas or going on vacation and stuff like that, they're directing that cash flow to interior decorating, home repairs, and stuff like that. You agree, Robert?
No, I can't agree with that one. That becomes that's a real big issue for me here. And I really didn't want to get into this, because if I got into this, we'd be here for a good hour and better on this matter. But the government here, first of all, does not look at us as small businesses and what we do and what we contribute to the economy of this island. That's number one. And I'll challenge anybody from the governor right down to talk to me on it. I don't hold back. Okay. And this becomes, because we're setting ourselves up here, that future generations, if you can find an indigenous Caymanian, will not be able to compete here locally. Because I just went through and had a look. And I don't know if you know this, but it may surprise you. A Google search told me 42 companies in the furniture business here on Island. Now tell me how that works and how that distributes and how that multiplies. We are building here hand over fist. How much of that money is staying on this island? I can tell you for a fact, one particular company has probably 4, 5 projects underway. That particular owner of that company said to one of my employees when he approached them for work, asked him for work, you know what his words were? They don't buy anything on this island that they can't bring from China. How does that contribute to us?
But that's been going on for a long time, Robert.
It's been going on for a long time. And nobody in government, and I'll use the word balls to step up and say, hey, you got a permit to build, you've got a right to sell your property. Right? But you have to contribute back into this island and support the local business. You can't have real estate people going out there and sending their customers overseas to buy. Right? It's impossible. Right? They're buying, and they're buying at retail prices. They're not buying at wholesale price and bringing it here. We have to bring it here. We have to support the economy. We have to do this. We have to pay our license fees. We have to do everything. If they want to do that, they should be made to pay double the duty factor that we as local business are having to do. It shouldn't be the fact that we have to support that economy and try to grab the crumbs that fall off the table. I just had a lady in my store that told me point blank. She said, they told me I was to go to North Carolina.
Do they still
How
have
was that?
Sorry, Robert, but do they still have those shows in North Carolina?
Yes.
Furniture shows?
Yeah.
Okay. Not to cut you, sorry.
Right. No, they're still running.
But I feel what you're saying, because it's been going on
You know?
for a while. But hopefully somebody will hear you this morning.
Well, I hope they do.
They'll hear your rant this morning. But you know what? You have a right. You have a right to say what you need to say.
Yeah.
And we're glad that you're able to get your business out there.
These people just don't, and they have no scruples in telling you this. I had a job that I quoted a few months ago. Well, guess what? The ceiling fans under the table, and I found out about it.
Oh boy!
That they went over. I lost the job on $5 on the cost of the fans. $5. Now, you want to tell me that developer couldn't come back and say, well, Mr. Wood, you here. Let me see this. No, it was under the table.
Oh, boy. Well, Robert,
and,
you know what?
I'm not afraid to say it out here.
We're glad we can offer you this time where you can
Thank
vent
you.
a little bit and at the same time promote and showcase your business.
Yeah.
We're happy you can
And
do that. So
we're here. There's a
Yep.
cost attached to everything,
Yep.
and everybody has to make
Yep.
a fair living.
We're-
I've been a member of Lions Club for 40 years plus, and one of our creeds is that the fact is, not to upset ourselves or go beyond our creed for that, give all fair
Are you
due
still
to
a
our
member?
customers. And people will tell you, and I am not happy. If you want the job done right, I am going to do the job right for you the first time. I don't believe in cutting corners, and I don't believe that people should get anything less than they deserve. And I've heard it said, if you want it done right, you can go to Robert. If you want to find the product you need, you can go to Robert. If you're there, I will not cut corners. I may not be the cheapest person on the block because I cannot compete with the man who's out there in the truck and doing that. I have overheads to pay. I have a business to run. I have my staff who works hard. They need to earn a living. And, so it's what it is. And I think it's something that needs to be brought to the attention of government.
Well, hopefully, Robert, somebody heard you this morning. Hopefully, somebody heard you.
I didn't want to get into that, but I'm sorry, but I had to.
That's all right. You're forgiven.
You're kind of segmented
right,
that way, so it's where it is.
Robert, where are you located? Where's Robert?
We're located again. If you're looking, turning into the airport road, we're on the left-hand side, and it's the first turning. It's called the Cayman Center building.
Is that
a lot of people will know where Cineco is.
Right.
And that's where we are. We're in Building C.
You're in that Cineco building. Cineco, where Cineco is located.
Right. We're not in the building where Cineco's located. We're the building to the right of Cineco, the last building going towards the Cayman Airways parking lot.
Right.
Directly across from the Customs Warehouse and the airport post office.
What's your telephone? Give us some contact details, Robert.
Our telephone number is 949-7765, and that's for our local customers. We have an overseas number for overseas customers, and that's 305-433-7229. Our email is ulbrw@hotmail.com. And that's a general email, and it's up there. Our website currently in work is robertwoodfurniture.ky. And as usual, anybody can always reach me via my cell phone, which is 916-7279.
916-7279. All right, Robert, we're down to the wire. Anything you want to leave with our listeners this morning?
No, I want to just take time to thank Susan for inviting me in, and yourself, Anita, and by extension, Radio Cayman on the whole, and the sponsors for letting me sit at this table and rant a little bit in the last moment. But I'd just like people to know we now have received our new container furniture, and we invite you to come in and see what we have to offer. And if you've got any renovation work out there, whether you're dealing with flooring, windows, doors, kitchen, bathrooms, lighting, fans, window treatments, we've got it all. We're there for you, and I welcome each and every one of you to stop by.
Before I let you go, Robert, standing lamps, are they still popular? Floor lamps, rather.
Floor lamps, yes.
Okay, they're not a thing of the past.
It's not a thing of the past, no.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm just in the process of working on bringing in some new floor lamps. Very, what do I call it? What I say, the chic, very
the
slim line.
Ones.
Very,
right. Okay.
So I should be getting those very soon. And I got this bagel thing. I thought we were going to have time to get into it, but I was just going to talk about how to choose lighting and how to go into it.
Yeah, give me in a nutshell. I'll give you a minute.
And because so many people don't know the fact of how to do that, and I have always said one of the first things when I went into starting to learn about lighting was the fact Cayman thinks that to get an electrician to do lighting, and this is the majority of people, that the electrician knows what to do with the lighting. No, it's just the opposite. The electrician knows how to bring the wiring to the lighting and install that fixture that you've selected, right? And what I see here is that people tend to go to the electrician and say, well, what light am I going to need? The electrician said, I don't care. You want that? Bring it. I'm going to put it up for you, right? And that's really it, But this is a rather long thing to get into. It tells
next time we'll bring you back.
Yeah, it tells about how to do proper lighting in a bathroom, how to do lighting in a living room, kitchen, whatever, and getting an understanding of that and how it all works.
Listeners can contact you and get more information.
Sure.
Robert, I forgot to ask you, what are your opening hours?
Opening hours are from 8:30 till 5 on Monday through Thursday, and 8:30 to 4 on Fridays, and 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
Robert, on that note, we're going to say thank you so much.
949-7765, 916-7279.
And that's it. So, Robert, thank you so much. Good luck with all you have to do, and hopefully 2022 will be a great year for you.
Yes, thanks. I hope it's a great year for all of us here on Island. Hope to God we can hurry up and get this pandemic behind us.
That's right. Thank you, Robert. Mr. Robert Wood, founder of and owner of Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors. I want to say thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, Cayman Medical Supplies, and TCE Paint. And, of course, thanks to all our listeners, our YouTube viewers, and our producer, Miss Susan Watson. Until Tuesday, January 25th, when we bring you another Business Buzz. In the meantime, please stay safe. Remember to mask up, keep your hands sanitized or washed, practice some social distancing, and if at all possible, vaccinate until we meet again. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful and safe Thursday.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And TCE Paint Shop, with 3 locations to better serve your home decor needs. Cox Lumber, Sparky Drive, Cox Lumber, Town, and the original store at 27 Godfrey Nixon Way.
From district to district, moving through the waters to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Your station, your voice. All things Cayman. One radio, many people. This is home.
Radio Cayman in the